Hi, this is Pig Camping Dad, Doogie, and I'm going to give a quick DIY of how to make a hammock pillow. This one I received off of the Hammock Forum's Pay It Forward forum, which is no longer active, but I really like this. It's a horseshoe pillow, so what's nice about it is you can put it over your neck while you get situated in the hammock and it won't fall down behind you, which if you've ever fiddled with that, it often gets under your butt and it's kind of hard to get out. So this stops that. Normally I sleep with it like in this position with a hat on in the winter. It has two sides. One is just ripstop and the other side is a fleece. So I'm going to attempt to copy this. And so what I started with was I made a template, squished it out flat, and then added a seam allowance around. This meat of it, the top of the horseshoe, is 7.5 inches, and that allows for a 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side. That's 7.5 is my total distance there. And then it slowly tapers down to about in the middle here. It's about 7 inches, and then quickly tapers down to the points. So I just freehanded this and put it on a piece of graph paper, large paper that I had, and I cut out a piece of fleece from some stock I had. I have a blanket. I think this was actually from a yard of fleece that I bought to make some wristies and other items. So I cut those two out, just sketched around the pattern and lay them out on top of each other. I'll pin it together in a few spots so it won't shift as I sew. I'll bring you in a little closer and show you the sewing. So I've pinned my two pieces of fabric together. The side that you want out in the finished product you want facing each other. And I've pinned over on one side near the bottom. I've put two pins so that I'll leave a 4-inch section there that I won't sew initially. So now I'll get started and just go around the perimeter and sew it all, so that you catch the fabric. No need to do any roll, hem or anything. So I want to do this again. Start it. And I remember thinking this earlier when I pinned it, that I really want to have the nylon side down because it'll feed much easier than the fleece. On the feed dog is kind of going to pull the fleece and not really advance the fabric. So I think it's going to be a lot easier to sew if I flip it over. So
don't forget to backstitch at the beginning of your sewing, and you see I had to start and stop a lot watching for the pins that was on the bottom side. If I had pinned it on the fleece side, this would have been a lot quicker and easier. So learn from my mistake and you won't have to fiddle or to repin. And it goes very smoothly. It's a short piece compared to the tarps and quilts that I've done.
So now the next step is to turn it inside out through the section that you didn't sew. First time trying such a big section of this, but you just take it slowly and feed it on through. Reach on up through the hole with your fingers and pull it through. Just keep working on it slowly. Hi. And hopefully you're left with your pillow form. And next will be to stuff it, and then just when you're finished stuffing it, then you do want to roll both your edges in like so, and then just come back with a seam and try to get that as close to the edge as you can, and that way it won't be so visible. So this is get the stuffing. I'm using a polyfill. This is an old bag that I've had around for a time. They sell it at craft shops and Walmarts and lots of places. So you find open up your little stuffing hole, and I think you just want to work with fairly small chunks and just work it in there a little bit at a time. And if you're going to try to do this with down, I would probably recommend salvaging the down from a pillow, because the expensive down that people use for quilts and sleeping bags, it's meant to loft up. It's not meant to hold up the weight of your head. So pillow down will have more feathers in it, which is cheaper, but it also provides some more structure for you to support you. There's also a number of people, I know there's pillows on eBay that people buy to use for stuffing. I think that would probably be a good use for that, is to repurpose it into a camping pillow instead of a standard bed pillow. Just my thoughts on it. I have never worked with that. And you see, you can just kind of work the fill around and get it up to the amount of poofiness that you desire. I'll come back when it's full. So I've stuffed it to my desired firmness and kind of migrated some of it a little more around so that I can squeeze this flat on the edge as I finish up the final seam. And you want to roll this under like it was for the rest of it. And like before, feeds a lot better if you feed the side with the nylon instead of the fleece down. And just try to nip this as close to the edge without going off the edge, obviously. that should be all there is to it. Your threads up, and what's nice is you can stick it over your neck while you're fiddling yourself and adjusting yourself in the hammock. And I normally sleep with the points up away from me and keeping my ears a little warm and under my neck. When it's chilly, have the fleece side against your skin, and when it's warmer, have the nylon side against your skin. That's about all there is to it. Get out there and have fun.